Day 18 of the 30-day challenge. How are you going? I would have already been live on Instagram this morning at 9 a.m. and I'll be there tomorrow. And we've actually named that time slot the Handmade Huddle. Do you love it? But the idea is that as handmade artisans, we all get to come together and meet at that time in person over the live and really have a bit of a check-in. Now, I want to keep that going beyond the 30-day challenge because I just think it's so beneficial, of course, because of connection. But, when you're working in a big company, you get, I guess, a lot of that stuff is built into the culture and the structure of what happens. But when we're handmade artisans and the majority of what we're doing is solo work, that's a very different story, right? So that's our opportunity to really go, hey, what if we really supported each other on this journey? And it could just be the pep up that you need on a daily basis. But being Sunday, I hope that you are creating today. Oh, just move that camera a little bit. I hope you're creating today. I hope you're maybe even getting a little bit of a space to kind of reset and relax. But I wanted to talk to you just quickly about this whole idea about how you can set yourself up for success. And one of the best ways to set yourself up for success, doesn't matter in what context it is, but of course today it's in your artisan business, but it's having a plan. And plans don't need to be exactly step by step. That's going to be up to you, as in what works for you, right? But I find for me that having a bit of structure, having a bit of routine to my week means that I already know in advance what's happening. But Sunday can be a really good day, especially if you work as well, or perhaps you've got just other responsibilities during the week, where it's like a quick check-in. And I love to use Google Calendar. I'm a Mac girl and everything's in Gmail. All of my emails are through Gmail, even though they're business email addresses. But I use Google Chrome as well, so that it means that anytime I need to access information about all of my business, it's all kind of there in one space. But so with Google Calendar, what I do is that I actually put in time slots for everything that I'm doing. So even like I've got a couple of daytime gym classes that I go to, because fitting everything in is real, right? The juggle is real. But by me popping in my calendar, it immediately blocks out that time so that when I'm getting asked, oh, can you catch up? Can we have an appointment or whatever, or I'm going to meet with developers or whatever it is, I can look at my calendar. Oh, sorry, something in my eye. Oh my goodness. There we go. But I can look at my calendar straight away and go, no, that time's already blocked out. So using your calendar, oh my goodness, that is such a little grainy bit, but using your calendar to not only put in appointments, but to also prioritize some time for yourself. Now, even if that is that you want to go, oh, I'm going to go to the bathhouse or something at some point this week, and you go, I want to have 2 hours. By the time I leave home, by the time I get there, have the space, be able to relax, have a cup of tea or something afterwards, that you're giving yourself that time and space to do it. So I think Sunday's a great time that you can just go have a look at your calendar, or if you don't have a calendar, how could you plan out your week a little bit better? And I think one of the tools that I've always used in business is almost understanding what hat you're going to wear on each day. And I don't know what it looks like for you, whether you're full-time in your business, you're part-time in your business, what that actually looks like. But even you can do this in a role as well, a little bit trickier if you've got people that you need to be accountable to. Oh my goodness, this little bit of something in my eye, it's telling me to get offline and have a break. But in my head, like I always know that Monday is a bit of an admin day. Like I'm tracking and measuring everything that we're doing on a Monday so that I know that all of the results that I'm measuring are consistently on the same day after the weekend, but it's 7 days back that I'm sort of looking at that. But it means that Monday's quite a technical admin day. So already when I'm starting the week, I'm already putting on that hat, which means it's a lot smoother to actually go into it. Now, Tuesday as a whole is a bit of a creative day because I know we've got our Zooms that we have with the Made It Collective. I love our Zooms. It's like Tuesday topics are what they called, and we cover a discussion point in which we're sharing information and learning and all that sort of stuff. And it might be about let's say how to prep for Mother's Day as an example, which we've just had, and we're jumping on that call together, but then also discussing it as well so that the brains trust of all of the artisans as well can share their knowledge. It's so cool. Wednesday for me, again, Wednesday's a bit of a creative day. Wednesday's a day that I like to work on email design, banners for the website, really let my creativity fly. On Thursday, it's like really, I guess, a bit more structured around email flows, which is marketing, right? That's where I'm jumping into marketing in emails, but also on Facebook advertising as well. And then Friday tends to be the day that I have a little bit more freedom in my schedule. But because I've got that set routine, I don't have to think about it each day. I can get up on those days and I already know what hat I'm going to put on. So my question is to you, what does your week of planning look like? And do you have a bit of a routine and structure that you go by? Now, I'm going to guess, even if you don't have it written down, you probably do have a bit of structure. So I guess when we're talking about setting yourself up for success, how could you add into it now a little bit of structure that might in turn give you a bit of freedom? You know, I've done other videos on this, and maybe I'll link a couple of videos as well about this. But even batching your time. So if we're talking about, like, if you're going to get social media content done, you can batch it and work on it on a particular day. Because when you batch it, which means you're doing all of the tasks at once, you get quicker at it, but you also get much better at it. So again, setting yourself up for success. So look, that's just a little bit of inspo for your Sunday. I hope that's helpful. Tell me where you're at on the challenge. Tell me how it's going for you. And join back in tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the live on YouTube or 9 a.m. on Instagram. But I'll have here on YouTube, this is where I'm kind of sharing the stats and behind the scenes of everything that's happening with the waitlist. And I can't wait to share and wait to see as well how it's all going. Okay, have a beautiful Sunday. I'll see you soon. Bye.